This story shows exactly why Bitcoin will reach $100,000. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be discussing one core question. What drives bullish price action on Bitcoin? Have you ever stopped to think about why Bitcoin actually rallies? Why is Bitcoin double all-time high? Why does it seem so easy for Bitcoin to break through levels of resistance now that we struggled with for years? Well, in this video, I'm going to be answering that question, and it all comes down to one word. That word is adoption, and I'm going to be detailing exactly what that looks like in 2 articles. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of today's video. If you do, as always, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. But without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. If you haven't already, make sure to sign up with our link in the pinned comment down below to sign up for Bybit. It is one of the fastest growing cryptocurrency exchanges and the one that we personally recommend. European Central Bank's Christine Lagarde says speculative Bitcoin needs global regulation. Christine says Bitcoin has facilitated funny business and needs to be regulated at the international level. I can almost guarantee you the very first thing that went through your mind was, that crazy person, why would she try and regulate our Bitcoin? This is the Wild West. Don't touch our Bitcoin, you stupid Brit. But hold your horses, because there's something very important you need to understand. For Bitcoin to become mass adopted, for the masses to adopt Bitcoin, it must first be safe to work in the cryptocurrency market. And over the last 12 years, there has not been much regulatory clarity around the cryptocurrency market. That meaning people don't know how they're going to be taxed on cryptocurrency transactions. They don't know how they're going to be taxed on cryptocurrency capital gains. They don't know if they can start businesses in cryptocurrency. And that stifles development. Am I saying that I want the government getting their paws on cryptocurrency? No, not in the slightest. But I do think that since it is going to happen, it's simply inevitable, it may end up being a good thing for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because especially if that regulation is done correctly in a free market libertarian way, cryptocurrency will finally have the framework around it needs for companies to feel safe investing in this industry. Once more larger companies and otherwise fearful retail investors start to invest even more money into Bitcoin because they feel that it's safer to do so, that is going to be one of the building blocks upon which this foundation is being laid. This bull market is built on adoption, and this story is a good example of that. What's my point? Why am I rattling off some news about what's coming out of the European Central Bank and what some random woman in Europe said? Because I want to teach you the definition of a word: regulatory clarity. The clearer it is how an industry will be taxed, it will be legislated, how it will be regulated, the more likely it is that that industry is going to grow, because entrepreneurs are more likely to invest their time and money into that industry without so much fear of being hit with the ban hammer by the IRS or the CFTC or the SEC. So I use this news story to lay the foundation for the next news story, that adoption is what is driving this Bitcoin bull market, and regulatory clarity is the thing that is going to allow that bull market to continue. And that leads me to the next piece of news I want to bring to your attention. Pakistan to set up 2 state-owned Bitcoin mining farms to help boost the economy. This at first glance might not seem like a big deal, but I guarantee you it is. Why? Because this is the first time in history that any government organization, to my knowledge, is investing in Bitcoin mining. This is not a private company in Pakistan. This is a state inside of Pakistan setting up Bitcoin mining. The government of Khyber, I'm not gonna offend people in Pakistan by trying to pronounce that, KP, the 3rd largest of Pakistan's 4 semi-autonomous provinces, is setting up 2 state-backed Bitcoin mining farms. This person, advisor of the chief minister of KP on science and information technology, said the provincial parliament passed a bill allowing the KP government to use its own money to establish its own mining facilities. The province, which has since legalized crypto mining, will be mining Bitcoin for profit. So in the first story, we went over a concept called regulatory clarity. A second concept that is a foundation of bull markets is trust. How many people have you met that when you say the word Bitcoin, they kind of go like, you work in Bitcoin? Aren't there like scammers and thieves and pirates and money launderers in Bitcoin? Yes, there are, but those are the bad actors. Bitcoin in and of itself is a very benign thing, actually, that is designed to be used for a good purpose, but it can be used in either way, the same way guns or money or pharmaceuticals can be used for good or bad. So the first foundation of a bull market is adoption, which is led on by regulatory clarity. And the second foundation for a bull market is built on trust. How many of the people that barely know anything about Bitcoin are not going to get into the space because they don't trust it? Well, how many of them are now going to get into the space that massive players like Bakkt, owned by ICE, which owns the New York Stock Exchange, or a state of Pakistan, or many other massive companies stepping into Bitcoin, how many people are all of a sudden going to be just content, just happy, in fact, maybe even pleased to be getting into the cryptocurrency space because they trust it, because other names that they trust are backing it. For my crypto veterans, how many of you guys remember 3 years ago when not many people knew what Bitcoin was, and the people that did seemed to just bash it? You remember Jamie Dimon back in 2017 and 2018? That dude, he's the CEO of JP Morgan, he would always bash Bitcoin. And now all of a sudden, he's for Bitcoin. Funny how the tables turn. Oh, how the turns have tabled, as a friend of mine once said. All of a sudden, everyone who was lambasting and attacking Bitcoin is on its side. So going back to the first question we asked in this video, why is Bitcoin rallying? Why is it so easy now for Bitcoin to break $20,000 and go to $42,000? Why is $100,000 all of a sudden a very realistic and timely goal for Bitcoin's price? I'll tell you why. Because there's more trust for Bitcoin than ever, and because the way to adoption is being paved by regulatory clarity on all fronts. These are some of the core tenets of fundamental analysis on Bitcoin. What does the regulatory clarity look like? What does adoption look like? What does the trust in the space look like? These are very important things that you need to know, and I hope you saw just how valuable they are in your understanding of cryptocurrency markets in this video. If you did enjoy today's video, tell us in the comment section down below, and tell us what you thought about this video. Is there anything we missed? Are there any core concepts that you would like us to go over in future videos here on the channel? We would love to hear it in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, guys. We've been growing a lot over there recently, and it's one of the other ways that I can reach out to you if anything ever happened to our YouTube channel, so make sure to follow us at CryptoJeb on Instagram and Twitter. I will see you over there. Before we go, though, I do want to mention Bybit, because Bybit is one of the things that makes this channel possible and one of the exchanges that we personally recommend. Bybit is one of the fastest growing cryptocurrency exchanges in the entire industry, and there's a reason for that. It is a simple, easy to use, easy to understand, easy to get started with exchange that gives you all of the tools that you need now and in the future as a cryptocurrency trader. On Bybit, you can trade with leverage. Now, I wouldn't recommend you do that if you're newer to the market. I'd recommend you stay away from that because it's very easy to lose a lot of money in that, but it's something you can play with. If you want to use $1 and get used to how leverage works, it is a useful tool if you are a skilled trader, but again, if you're newer to the space, I'd stay away from it. But I believe in your ability to learn and grow as a trader, and when you do get to the position that you're comfortable using 5 or 10x leverage, you have that ability to do so. By signing up for Bybit with a pinned comment in our description, you are helping to support this channel, and we are very, very appreciative. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before we go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.